Hello, I'm Christine Franklyn, an integrative nutrition health coach and wellness marketer who helps healers and heart-centered entrepreneurs take the stress out of their marketing and their business.
My name is Silvana Siskov. I'm a health coach, nutritionist, and I wrote numbers of books focusing on health, weight loss, and well-being. And I help people to lose weight, improve their health, and overcome their issues with emotional and comfort eating. And today we are going to talk about healthy morning routine. This is such an important topic for our well-being. So, Christine, do you want to start first?
Sure. So I'll start with the very first thing I do because I have a series of things that I do and I just go from one to the other seamlessly in my morning. So the very first thing I do is start with prayer and devotion. And that's what works for me. Everybody, can find what works for them. But I recommend focusing on the fact that there is some kind of higher power, which most of us would probably agree to, whatever you might call that higher power. And that aspect of our life, that spirituality, is what can keep us going, give us hope, make a total difference when it seems like everything is crashing around us. So for me, whether things are good or bad, that's the way I start my morning. And that centers me for whatever may come during the day.
That's a good one. And yeah, following from that, I would say practice gratitude, which we mentioned in the past quite a few times. But that is so important because when we focus on what we have, focus on these good things we have, it's very hard to be sad or unhappy or stressed. And
Yes,
it's important to start a day on a good and positive note.
yes, it's true. Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good one, definitely.
Mm.
So the next thing in my series is usually to exercise. And I should have mentioned that before anything else, when I get out of bed, first thing is to get a glass of water because your body would have used up so much water doing all the functions it needs to do during the night when you're finally resting. And so it needs to be replenished first thing when you wake up. So with that water in my body, then I'm ready to exercise. And that exercise can take many different forms. Sometimes it can be a walk, sometimes it can be some cardio, sometimes it can be some yoga, depending on how I'm feeling on a given morning. But I always have that slot there, even if it's something quick.
Mm.
And that way I know for sure I'll get it done. So that's the second part of my morning routine. And I recommend that because, of course, exercise has many health benefits and it will definitely improve your energy levels going into the beginning of your day.
Yeah, I agree with that because when we start a day with exercise, we kind of carry on with the kind of healthy habits. Because if we go, let's say, to the gym first thing in the morning, or we go for a run or swimming or whatever we do, it's unlikely that after that we're gonna eat unhealthy breakfast and carry on eating junk for the
True.
rest of the day. You know,
Yes.
so it's really good kind of way to start the day. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Right. Next thing I would say, and this is what I do, and this is what I mentioned in the past. I remember in one of our videos, I love starting the day with listening motivational videos or uplifting
Mm,
music. So if I do exercise first thing, then I like listening uplifting music. If I'm staying at home and brushing my teeth and just to getting ready to do things, then I like listening motivational videos because they just they make me feel I can do anything.
yes. Yes.
Yeah.
That's a wonderful way to start the day. Oh,
Mm.
I love it. Oh,
Yeah,
a
it's a
good
good
one.
one. Yeah, it's really
Yes.
good one. I started to do it about, I would say, maybe 5 years ago, and
Ah,
it made a big difference to my way of thinking, to my
mm-hmm,
mindset,
mm-hmm.
and just to how I see things around me.
Nice. Nice. I
Yeah,
like it.
yeah, they make me feel more positive. Let's put it that
Yes,
way.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Mm.
So
What's the next one, would you say?
yeah, listening to something is definitely part of my morning
Yeah.
routine. Typically for me, a couple of times I've listened to something motivational, but typically for me, I go make breakfast. And because I'm not a big fan of spending a lot of time in the kitchen, I put on music so that, and it's usually
Mm.
dancing music, so that I'm dancing while I'm in the kitchen. And that just makes preparing breakfast more fun rather than just something I have to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's a joyful part of my morning. And it just makes everything feel lighter and easier and happier going into the day. So that's typically the final piece. And of course, for anybody's morning routine, you do the order in which fits you best and which suits you the best. And you find the things that bring you joy as well. But that element that we're talking about of being centered and getting motivated and being grateful, all of those things are so important for our mornings.
Mm.
Is there anything else that you would recommend, Silvana?
Yeah, I would add one more thing, and that is when it comes to breakfast, eat a real food.
Mm, definitely.
Real food that doesn't include sugary cereals or anything like that.
Yes. Yes, those
Yeah,
are so
because that's
common.
not
Yeah,
real. That's simply not real.
it's true.
Yeah.
It's
Mm.
processed and manufactured
Yeah.
to satisfy taste buds, but not satisfy your health requirements.
Yeah. So we mentioned quite a few things now, and if people just to focus on one of these things every week and then add another thing following week, another thing week after that, yeah, it can make a big difference in people's lives.
Yeah, that's really good advice because it took a little while for me to build up to the morning routine that I have now. So definitely
Oh
take it
yeah,
step by step.
definitely. And when it comes to developing any kind of habits, the problem is that lots of people want to develop 10 habits in next 10 minutes.
Yes.
But it doesn't work like that. And
Yeah.
we really need to focus on one habit. And when we develop that habit, when we feel comfortable with it, when we do it on autopilot, then we are ready to work on the next habit.
So true. Oh, that's
Yeah.
brilliant.
Right. So next week, oh, this is a good one. Just nicely follows healthy morning routine. So next week we're gonna give tips for better sleep.
Aha. So
So
important.
yeah. So we started with today. We talked about the beginning of the day. Next time we're gonna talk about how to finish the day.
Wonderful. See you then.
See you then.